Oba and Brock at Mania.
The Vision are gunning for the Usos tag titles.
And the Bloodline might be back. Hello, welcome to Wrestle MSX, the best wrestling channel you've never heard of. I'm Michael.
I'm Sally.
We open, as is the norm these days, with the Masked Avengers and their leader, Seth Rollins. He said he created the Vision and will be the one to kill the Vision. Why is it always about killing? If you stand next to Paul Heyman, consider yourself marked for death.
Wow.
A zombified Paul Heyman then appears at the top of the rampway and slowly shuffles his way down to the ring. Seth said it was a mistake to let him in his inner circle, with Heyman then replying by saying he wouldn't miss this for the world. He added he's going to mess with Seth, then said FAF5, which of course brings out Brock Lesnar. Some hoods jump in the ring while Seth and Brock stare down. Lesnar then gets attacked, but he deals with what's thrown at him. With all the foot soldiers then dealt with, that just leaves Seth and Lesnar in the ring. But then the lights drop. And out come the Wyatts. No, they don't. Oba Femi's music hits, and out comes the ruler. Femi enters the ring, with the behemoths then squaring up. Seth steps towards Brock, with Brock then heading towards Seth. Rollins escapes the ring, with Brock then turning back towards Oba. The ruler hits the beast incarnate with Fall from Grace, then puts his foot on his chest and points to the WrestleMania sign. Now, I've got a feeling, which I'll say later on, that Brock just couldn't be bothered to turn up for all these events and main events he was turning. These shows he was turning up for.
Listed,
like, you know what, Paul? I can't be bothered to do this. As in Levesque, not Heyman. And he's like, okay, then we'll just bring out Oba. And Lesnar's like, yeah, okay. That's what it feels like to me.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks ago, Lesnar, I'm going to be here. Brilliant. Lesnar's going to be on all the Monday Night Raw shows. Somebody's going to come out and challenge him. Brock's going to smash him.
You'd have thought it'd be the last one.
And
that's why I said that.
Precisely. But now, all of a sudden, nobody's just out and they're like, we need to sell some tickets, guys. We need to just get this show on the road.
Yeah.
Also, 31.6% off WrestleMania tickets. What a random number.
Absolutely.
35, 30, even 32. But 31.6. Get that 0.6. Right. Anyway. But yes, it just feels a bit like we need to cut this short.
Yeah.
Oba Brock, WrestleMania.
Brock's costing too much. We've not sold enough tickets.
Exactly.
Anyway, we run the CM Punk Uso fallout from last week and then find out that Roman Reigns will be here later.
So first up, El Grande Americano with Rayo and Bravo versus El Grande Americano on his own. Side note, apparently El Grande Americano is now the #1 contender for the AAA Mega Championship, just in case you're interested. Both rated, by the way, at 85 wrestlers by 2K26. I'm not quite sure that El Grande is worth an 85, but the other one certainly is. We have covers and chop-offs, German suplexes, and an ankle lock submission. Things come to a head though when Rayo gets brought into the ring by El Grande, with the pair then going out the ring and fighting around ringside.
As they do, Bravo gets in the ring, puts a metal plate inside El Grande's mask, who's lying on the mat, from a German suplex, and then makes his escape. El Grande then comes back from outside and lands a flying headbutt from the top rope, but of course stuns himself from the hidden plate. El Grande then drapes an arm over El Grande and picks up the win.
We see a car pull up next, and out gets Roman Reigns. He then walks up to the Usos, with the three of them then grinning. Reigns says, you run your mouth, there has to be consequences, with Reigns then talking directly to the camera. I thought he was talking to me. He calls on all the Bloodline and his cousins, saying that they should all be offended by what CM Punk said. He added that on that weekend, WrestleMania, Punk's his and not to touch him. So he's basically inviting any Samoan to beat on Punk when they can.
Nice.
In a nutshell, that's what he's saying.
We look back at the fallout of Judgment Day and then cut to a vignette of Liv Morgan telling us that this has been her plan since she joined Judgment Day. She talks about the rest of Judgment Day, says she'll be the champion at WrestleMania, and then finishes by saying, without Finn, they're better than ever.
He was a bit moody. In the Bloodline lounge, Reigns says the whole world can call him a part-timer, which he is, but he doesn't care as long as his wife and child call him a full-time father. Fair enough. Jimmy says that's the truth, with Hothead Jay then saying, you know who don't know the truth? CM Punk, and that he still owes them an apology. Reigns says he doesn't need an apology, but they do, and he's going to get it for the family. He then leaves laughing, saying, what's the worst that can happen? CM Punk's going to beat me up. Well, we just wait and see.
AJ Lee...
Do you mean Dragon?
No, that's the next match.
Ah, okay. Too many Lees. And AJ's. Is AJ Styles going to be at Mania this year?
He'll show up, yeah. Anyway, AJ Lee defends her Intercontinental title against Bayley next. There were quite a few pins from each competitor to begin with Bayley then stopping Lee with an elbow as we break. We come back to more 2K26 ratings. Lee, 87.
Never.
Bayley, 89.
Where do they get these from?
I have no idea. And then a cover from Lee for 2. The covers continue, mainly from Lee, with Bayley to Belly from Bayley getting yet another 2.
The match then breaks down into a brawl, with Lee landing a Shining Wizard but not able to capitalise. Bayley then misses an elbow from the top rope, with Lee then locking in the Black Widow. Once caught in the web, it's good night, as Bayley then taps out with Lee retaining. So you don't get that kind of stuff anywhere else.
Not wit anywhere else.
On making her way to the back, Lee gets jumped by Becky Lynch, who does a number on her and then takes her out with the IC belt.
Becky's still hanging around. Backstage, Judgment Day argue with Adam Pearce about giving away Dom's IC title shot, with Pearce arguing back that Dom's not medically cleared.
Again.
Penta then heads out to defend his newly acquired IC title against Dragon Lee.
Hasn't he just fought?
No. Dragon Lee.
Right.
The two have a Penta walk-off before locking up and then dives out the ring. We see the 2K26 ratings with Penta at 84 and Lee at 79, with a slap-off then ensuing between the superstars.
See, if Penta's 84 and Bayley's on 89... Right, what's Bayley got over Penta? Because it can't be, it's not strength.
It's not strength.
It's not strength, and it won't be speed. So what's what is
years
it?
in WWE?
Yeah, that's what are they
I don't know.
what are they rating it off? That's what I can't understand. Like we see Vaquer's
Just
later.
made up numbers.
Vaquer's on I think like 92 or she's in the low 90s. But what are they basing it off? Against Penta, who's on 84. Let's say they're equal at wrestling ability, but Penta's still stronger and he's going to be faster. And he's probably got a bit more charisma if they're still doing it. I mean, I've not seen how they rate them.
No.
But how can you get that? That's if anybody knows, can you let us know? And also, just give us a like. That's all we want, because we think we're quite funny. Lee gets a 2 count off a Styles clash. What?
Just carry on.
With a Penta driver, then netting Penta 2. Lee then lands a corkscrew dive out the ring to Penta, with the pair then getting back in the ring. Lee lands Operation Dragon and covers for 2 as Penta kicks out. Lee then heads towards Penta, but Penta ducks, comes off the ropes and hits a Mexican destroyer. Penta then covers and picks up the 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I enjoyed this. It was quite good. Probably the best match of the night. Not amazing, but I'd expect nothing less from the pair of them.
Yeah. We then see the Vision telling Paul Heyman that Seth's a dead man.
Oh, what's with all the killing? Guys, he's wrestling, just relax.
With Heyman saying no, we have no leverage or power and that we need titles. Heyman then says the focus for the two of them is the Usos, with Theory then heading off to look for them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why they didn't go for the tag titles anyway. I mean, if they're after the big one, which obviously the heavyweight, why not also, there's enough of you to go for the tag titles anyway. Yeah. So they should have done this
a long time
months ago.
Yeah.
Next up, Maxxine Dupri, 78. Yeah, I'm going to let that slide. Versus Nattie, 86. 86! 2 better than Penta.
Yeah.
Technically, I'll let that slide, but she's still not stronger or faster than Penta. After various pin attempts from both women and Maxxine trying her best, she ultimately succumbs to the sharpshooter, where she eventually taps out. How many more times are we going to run this one?
I have no idea.
It's done now. Maxine's lost the last 3, 4, 10 against
Got
Nattie.
knocked out and everything.
Finished. Let it go.
We have an interview with Randy Orton next, with Orton on the phone as we cross over to him. Orton asks the person on the phone if they saw SmackDown Friday, adding that he appreciates them doing this and that he'll see him soon.
Now, we wondered who this may be. I've gone Kevin Owens.
I like
because
that.
weren't they mates anyway?
They were at one point.
And obviously with Owens having that ladder match...
I suppose it just depends who they can get.
ladder match type thing against Rhodes last Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
So Owens has got beef with Reigns.
It could
with
even
Rhodes
be
anyway.
Something as crazy as The Rock, because obviously...
What, an Orton?
Yeah, to get the belt off Rhodes again.
No chance.
You never
yeah,
know.
Rock's done. We don't need a Rock anymore.
No. Anyway, Orton...
That'll not make any of the cuts for Raw, will it, if we don't want The Rock? You're not like that.
Orton finishes the phone call and then tells Cole he's changed his mind and doesn't want to do the interview.
Oh, what a waste of time
I know.
then.
He adds he'll leave him with this though. He's had a conversation with someone who made him understand who he is, what he is, and made him understand why he did what he did to Cody Rhodes on SmackDown. He's a killer.
Oh, guys, come on.
He then finishes by saying wrestling has more than one royal family.
He's talking to Shane O'Mac.
Yeah.
What about the other guy from Legacy?
We do not need to mention him.
Maybe he's giving him a ring.
No.
Okay. Backstage, Javon Evans shouts at Dragon Lee in a good way, with Kofi Kingston then rolling up. Kofi again sells the teaming up deal, with Evans saying he isn't interested. He heads off, with Grayson Waller then appearing. He can't see what Kofi sees in Evans, with Danhausen then showing up. He wants to join the New Day, with Kofi refusing. He then goes to curse Kingston, but he pushes Waller in the way, so he's now cursed.
I think so, I don't know.
Dear.
So, to the last match of the night, and the main event
Already?
of the evening, yes indeed, Stephanie Vaquer versus Raquel Rodriguez. Morgan accompanying, of course. 2K26 ratings, Vaquer 92.
Why?
Just for the Devil's Kiss, Rodriguez 86.
That's a bit high for her, isn't it?
Rodriguez overpowers Vaquer to begin with Vaquer then coming back with a leg drop and cover. The fight then heads outside, with Rodriguez throwing Vaquer into the ring post as we break.
Back from the break and back in the ring, a Dragon Screw and Meteora set Vaquer up for a Devil's Kiss, but Rodriguez fights back and then misses her corner corkscrew elbow. This allows Vaquer to hit Devil's Kiss, with Morgan then getting on the apron. Of course she does. Vaquer goes for her but misses, with Rodriguez then big booting Vaquer to the mat. Io Sky's music then hits as she heads out and clearly has nothing better to do.
Rodriguez dumps Sky over the announcer's desk, with Vaquer then joining in and taking out both Judgment Day women. Liv gets thrown into the timekeeper's area while Rodriguez rolls back into the ring. Vaquer then climbs to the top rope and jumps at Rodriguez, but Big Mommy Cool catches her and slams her. Raquel then looks for the Tahana Bomb, but Vaquer counters it and rolls up Rodriguez for the 1, 2, 3.
Backstage, we see Bayley and Lyra Valkyria shouting at one another, with Lyra saying they're both going to go to WrestleMania. Asuka and Kairi Sane then roll up, with Asuka saying she would have beaten AJ Lee tonight if she'd won last week. She also speaks in Japanese, says no one's ready for Asuka, and then heads off. Lyra asks Bayley what she said, with Bayley saying they said they're going after the tag titles. Lyra then says they should go speak with Adam Pearce. So we're back on that train again. In the background, though, I did notice this. While this was going on, you could see Maxxine Dupri sitting on the floor with Austin Theory checking on her. Which, if she joins the Vision, why not have a woman in there?
Yeah, I think we said
I have got, that's fine.
Yeah.
Brilliant. And then she might get the numbers on Nattie.
Yeah, maybe.
But
yeah,
good, like it.
25 minutes to go. So strap in for some non-stop talking.
Not from us. Well, yeah, from us.
Cole tells us it's been made official. Oba will take on Lesnar at WrestleMania.
And as I alluded to earlier, there goes the open challenge from Brock. As I say, making me think that Brock couldn't be bothered to turn up for all those, I don't know, 6 or 7 dates he had lined up.
A couple of weeks
ago, and he's like, you know what, I can't be bothered. Let's just get this match done. I ain't got to turn up then, I can do some farming.
Backstage, LA Knight bumps into the Usos and tells them he didn't like the Vision having all their names in their mouths earlier. reminding him that they have business with the Vision going way back. What Knight can't help but notice is how cosy the Usos are getting with Roman Reigns. Jimmy says it's just family business, with Jay telling him to keep out. Knight says no, because if the Bloodline comes back, they can't be on the same page. Jimmy and Knight fist bump, but Jay leaves him hanging as the three part.
Outlast, and to finish things off, the OTC. After speaking to the crowd and not really saying much, he calls out CM Punk, with of course Punk answering. After glad handing the crowd for about 10 minutes because they've got time to kill, and drinking in the adulation from the announcer's desk, Punk finally decides to get in the ring. Reigns welcomes Punk to his ring, with Punk saying Reigns keeps using his government name like it's an insult, and that he'd try and insult Reigns by calling him Titi Taiki. Sorry if I've completely butchered that, or whatever his real name is. That's what Punk said, not me. But he doesn't obsess over his Wikipedia page, and he's certainly not going to call him Joe, because that would be insulting to a real Samoan he loves very much.
Punk then said he heard Reigns say that he's going to send all the Samoans after him.
Ooh.
Roman said he wasn't going to send anybody, he just said he gave them permission to do whatever they've got to do. Punk replies saying all they're going to do is high-five him. Punk then says he's already won at WrestleMania, as he's in Roman's head. Reigns says he's on everybody's mind and that Punk will just say anything.
Reigns says Phil, there he is again, couldn't main event a live event in Europe, let alone the main event at WrestleMania. He then invites Punk to say something special, with Punk replying he was calling him for the last week, but he was too chicken shit to turn up, so he sent his cousins. Punk says he got what he deserved last week, adding the Usos handled their family business, then asks who the real tribal chief is. Reigns tells Punk he repeats the same old, and then asks him not to waste his time until he has something to phase him. But doesn't Reigns just go on the same old saying,
Yeah, pretty
I'm
much.
the tribal chief?
Yeah,
we've heard that before, Roman. You got something new. And calling him Phil.
Yeah.
Oh, God, change the record.
Reigns then looks to leave the ring, but Punk stops him and says it's his ring, his belt, his show, saying he tells him when he can come and go, and then calling him young boy as he gets back in the ring. Punk then says all the Punkamaniacs are going to be calling his name at WrestleMania as he finishes the OTC and beat him at the grandest stage of them all, or words to that effect.
It was, yeah, you pretty much got most of it there. Reigns smiles, tells Punk enough is enough, and that he's the most successful superstar he's ever run into. He once again says he's his tribal chief, and that he's faster than him, stronger than him, and can't do anything he can do in the ring. The title around his waist is an embarrassment, and he's old.
Punk snaps and hits Reigns with Adam Pearce and a few backstagers, then heading out. Reigns just smiles at Punk, with Punk then escorted from the ring. Raw ends with Reigns chatting shit at the camera as Punk heads up the rampway.
I mean, if I've got to endure another 4 weeks of these two just saying, I'm the tribal chief, I'm in your head, yeah, but I'm the tribal chief, stop calling me Phil, okay Phil. You know what I mean? I thought the Usos were going to come out.
Yeah.
Not jump Punk, but just certainly just be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, enough about that. Now for Michael's moment of the night. This could be a match, a line, a look, a promo, something funny, interesting, quirky, different. Just something that catches my eye. Obviously it has to wait till the end, because if I do it halfway through and it's something that happens at the end, it's kind of a spoiler, yeah? So Michael's moment of the night, it's got to be Oba and Brock.
Yeah.
It hasn't. I mean, everything else was pretty standard. Nothing.
I just wasn't
There was
expecting
nothing
it to come out.
exceptional. No, I wasn't. Because obviously Heyman's got beef with Seth, so he's called on his old buddy Brock.
Yeah.
Brock comes out, Seth and Brock square up, and then Oba comes
but
out.
nothing can happen because obviously Seth isn't cleared, so it's like, what's going to happen?
Is this Vision 2.0? No, we've got Vision 2.0. 3.0.
It needs a new name at this point.
Just New Vision.
New Vision.
The New Vision.
The New Vision.
Oba and Seth. New Vision.
Now, if you wish to disagree or agree, or have any other thoughts
Femi
or views
Rollins.
you'd like to share with us, then please feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. Don't don't forget to go check out our Muses video with thoughts and opinions on the last week of WWE, because a new one drops
tomorrow?
every Wednesday.
Depends when you're watching. Look, we have fun doing this. We just want you to enjoy it and have fun with us. If you watch, thank you very much.
And we'll see you Wednesday for a look at the past week in WWE, and Saturday when we take a look at SmackDown.